Hey guys, welcome back to Barry's Corner. It's Emily here, and today we're going book shopping. So merry after Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, okay? I usually do a Christmas book haul, but this year I only got 5 books from my boyfriend, and my other family didn't really get me any books, which is totally fine. Everything else that they got me I really adored and I really loved. So I'm very happy with everything I got. But my brother did get me a $50 gift card, and so I'm going to Barnes & Noble today. So this will be a little book haul and book shopping Christmas vlog, sort of. Before we actually get into the vlog portion, I will show you the books that my boyfriend got me. He really popped off. I'm actually reading one of them right now, which is Icebreakers. Okay, so there's also this little bookmark that my boyfriend's sister got me. It is so cute. It's a butterfly and a little dangle. And then when you open it up inside, it's like a little leaf. Oh my gosh, so cute. I'm obsessed with it. But the actual book is Icebreakers by Hannah Grace. And this book has been everywhere. It's been so popular and I've been wanting it for so long. Something about hockey romances really does it for me. And let me tell you, I think right now, I know I'm not supposed to like actually tell you how I feel about the books. I'm just supposed to tell you what they're about. But I think this is one of the best hockey romances I've ever read. I'm just saying, this book is so good. But this is about a girl named Anastasia, and she's an ice skater at a college, a new adult hockey romance. I love it. I love it so much. But basically, she's an ice skater and she's going into competition right now. And then there's a guy named Nathan who's a hockey player. And something happens where they have to share the rink, both the hockey players and the ice skaters. And they start to form like a little relationship type thing. It's definitely like a guy falls first type of story. I'm only halfway through, so I can't really tell you much. But basically, Anastasia's partner's arm gets hurt and Nathan has to swoop in and actually swap his hockey skates for ice skates. I'm loving it so far, so excited about it, and my boyfriend, just so good this year. Next up is Convenience Store Woman, and this has been everywhere. I've been really wanting it for a long time, and my boyfriend was like, I got you. So I also think this is a translated novel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is, and it follows this girl that is in Japan named Kiko or Keiko. I should have looked that up. But she is a strange woman that works at a convenience store, and she really finds purpose and happiness by working there. But everyone in her life is like, yo, you need to find a career, like a consistent, long-standing career that'll make you a lot of money and a husband. And she's like, well, I don't really find happiness in any of those things. I don't really want to do that. So she's really struggling with like trying to please other people while also trying to please herself. And on the back, it really like pushes that Kiko is like a strange woman. So I'm really wanting to be in her mind. I hope it's not, I think it's her being the point of view, but I really want to be in her mind and see how she works compared to other protagonists. So I'm very excited. It's also very small and it just looks so cute. I love it and I'm just so excited to read it. Next up is From Blood and Ash, and I've been wanting this book for so long. I've never bought it because it's so expensive. I don't know why this book is like $30. Like just like lower it a little bit, at least $25, like $20. I just wanted to read it. This is also the only fantasy on this list because it does take me a little bit longer to get into fantasy, but I'm genuinely so excited. I believe it follows a girl named Poppy, and she is like chosen from birth to usher in a new era. So basically she can't really have any pleasure. She can't really talk to anybody. Nobody can touch her. And she's just alone. Her parents were also taken from her, and the only people that she can really talk to is her bodyguards. Come in, Hawk, who is her bodyguard, and he kind of like brings out this anger in her for her situation, and she really wants to fight against the evil that took her parents away. And I believe there's like a romance that goes on between her and Hawk. I'm so excited for this. It is a little bit of a thickie, and I'm excited, but you know, it does take me a little bit long, so hopefully it doesn't take me like a year to read this book. Like, let's hope that I read it like a month from now. Second to last is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. And I didn't really know much about this book. It's everywhere, so I just added it onto my wish list because people are really in love with this book, like saying it's their favorite of the year. And it follows a girl named Meredith Fox, and she lost her sister Claire 18 months ago. And she kind of shut everybody out, but now she's like, okay, you know what, like let me go to this family wedding and like let me actually be like a normal human being for once and like start talking to people. And she meets one of the groomsmen, and the family starts playing this game Assassin, which Claire really, really loved that game. So she's really trying to win for her sister, but she's also starting to get distracted by this guy. So she's either going to lose the game or lose her heart. Which one will it be? I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to be like the first one I pick up, but let me know in the comments if you like this, because I think that'll make me pick it up a lot quicker. Lastly is a book that I added to my Amazon wishlist a long time ago. In middle school and high school, I was really obsessed with Casey West, which is like YA romance. And I saw this book, The Library of Lost Things, and it really reminded me of Casey West, at least when I read it. Kind of don't remember what I read at the time. And I just saw before filming this video that this is the same author of A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I also have that book. Also haven't read it yet, but I really was excited about that book. So now I'm a little bit more excited for this. It doesn't really say much. On the back it says Darcy Wells has spent her whole life keeping people out of her life, out of her heart, and especially out of the cramped apartment she shares with her hoarder mother. But when the delicate balance of her world is threatened, Darcy is finally forced to look up from the pages of the book she loves and accept that finding her happily ever after means that she needs to stop hiding and start living her own story, even if it's messy. Kind of like the last book, it wasn't on the top of my list, but I love my boyfriend for this reason. He always like picks such a different genre every year of books, so that it kind of pushes me out of my comfort zone. I want to get back into YA contemporary because I feel like I just haven't read it at all recently, and I just really like it. So I'm excited, and I think this will be a really good book. So those are all the books that my boyfriend got me. So now let's get into the actual vlogging portion. Okay guys, so I finished shopping at Barnes & Noble's. I love it so much. It is such a peaceful night right now. There's so many people around and they're looking at me. Anyways, it's such a peaceful night tonight. Like, it's so pretty outside. There's just too many people, so I can't really take a video right now because it's kind of packed. But so peaceful. I got a medicine ball from Starbucks, which was so good. Like, even when I'm not sick, it just tastes so good. So I love it. If you don't know what it is, it's tea, steamed lemonade, and a little bit of honey, and it's so phenomenal. But anyway, I ended up getting $4. Went over my budget by a little bit. Honestly, not by too much. I think it was like $66. My card was $50, so, you know, $16, not too bad. But I will show you them when I get home because kind of bad lighting. Guys, I am so excited. I'm also so tired. If I look like actually so bad, it's because I've been out for a long time. In Barnes & Noble's, I was actually reading for like a couple of hours. I think I showed you guys that. I was reading I Am by Maggie O'Farrell, which is a memoir, and it's so freaking good, but I'll talk about that in another video. But I actually only went to Barnes & Noble's with one book in mind, and that was Twisted Games by Ana Huang. Ana Huang, this book. I really wanted it. This is the second book in the Twisted series. The first one is Twisted Love, and I read that one. I think I might have given it 3 to 4 stars. It was okay. I felt like it was fun and just a fast read. But this one I think is going to be so much better. Basically, it follows a guy named Reese. I always want to say Rice. It's spelled the same name as Rysand from ACOTAR, so that's why I want to say Reese. And he's a bodyguard to a girl named Bridget, who's a princess, so kind of like from Blood and Ash type of vibes, but like, of course, completely different. And basically he has 2 rules: protect her at all costs and do not become emotionally invested ever. But you know, that goes down the drain pretty quickly because he is sworn to protect her, but he wants to ruin her. So cute. Then Bridget is very stubborn, and she's actually put into an arranged loveless marriage just for political gain. But then she starts falling for her bodyguard, and she's like, what am I gonna do? This book, I feel like people say that this one is their favorite. I think it's either this one or the last one, but I genuinely think that this will be my favorite. I really like the bodyguard princess type of vibe there, and I think it's going to be like one of the ones that I read next. So going off of romance for a little bit, Tender is the Flesh. This book has been literally everywhere, and ever since I first saw it, I've been really intrigued, and I've just never gotten it. Today is a day. In the most simplest form, on the cover it says, the international sensation about a dystopian world in which humans are being processed for food and society is divided into predators and prey. That sounds so amazing. But a little bit more in depth in about what this book is about. It basically follows this guy named Marcos, as it said, in a dystopian world where all of the animal meat is poisoned by this virus, so humans can't eat it. So the government kind of made this transition where they can eat humans. And so Marcos works at a processing plant to, turn human into food. And he actually gets sent this gift, a live specimen of the finest quality. And any form of personal contact is illegal, and he can also be turned to food himself. He actually starts treating this person as a human, and it basically says, soon he becomes tortured by what has been lost and what might still be saved, aka humanity. And everybody said it's so crazy and weird and amazing at the same time. Another book I think I'm going to be reading so soon. I genuinely am so happy to have gotten this book. Back to Romance, Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaires series. The first one was called The Fine Print. I read that one, also gave it like 3 to 4 stars, similar to Twisted Love. And that one I didn't love too much, but this one again just catches my eye and has like a better like romance plotline that I think I'll be a lot more interested in. What we learn in the first book is that this grandfather owns Dreamland, which is basically Disneyland, and he dies and he leaves 3 equal parts of the company to his grandsons, but they have to finish a part of a clause that he wrote first. So the first book he had to become like a creator and look over that. The second one, Declan, who is in this book, he has to get married and have a baby. And so he, oh my gosh. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard that or not. I can't tell, but it's actually New Year's Eve right now. So there's fireworks going off. So just mind that. But he actually hires his assistant to marry him and then give him a baby, but I think he starts falling for her. In the first book, it was very much a guy falls first type of situation, and I loved that. So I'm hoping that actually happens again because I really, really love it. I think everybody thinks that this is the best book. I also actually was walking through and I was flipping through it, and this girl was like, I love that book. And I was like, yeah, I read the first one. She was like, no, this one's so much better. And I was like, okay, I trust you, stranger in the bookstore. So I'm very excited to read it, and gosh, I really popped off with these books. Like, I really did. Lastly, I got 1984 by George Orwell. This book I've been wanting for so long, and I actually almost didn't buy it. I actually got Pride and Prejudice first in the bookstore, but I have Persuasion on my shelves and I haven't read it yet, and I know I won't read Pride and Prejudice before I read Persuasion, and I've been wanting to read this for so long, specifically this edition because it's absolutely stunning. However, this is what made my total to become so much, okay? Because the Pride and Prejudice was $9 and this one was $17, so almost double. But basically, if you don't know what this is about, I'm gonna try to explain it to the best of my ability because I don't know why, but like whenever I try to explain this book, it just doesn't come out good. In the back, in the big letters, it says war is peace, freedom is slavery, and Big Brother is always watching. So basically, it follows this guy named Winston Smith, and he lives in a place where the power structure controls not only information, but like individuality and what you say and what you want to do. And so he joins this brotherhood, but then pursues a forbidden love affair, which is against the Republic of Oceania, which is the government basically. And so he becomes the most hunted enemy of the state and of Big Brother. So actually I did kind of good with explaining that. Watch me editing this and be like, oh my gosh, Emily, you had so many pauses. What are you saying? But anyway, as I said, I've been wanting this book for so long. This and Animal Farm by George Orwell, I've been wanting to read since I was like in middle school, and I've just never gotten it. But again, this cover specifically has always caught my eye, and I finally had time to get it. I'm so excited to read it and fulfill my life dreams. But yeah, those are the 4 books that I got, or my brother technically got me for Christmas, and also the 5 books that my boyfriend got me for Christmas. I love doing these videos, and I hope that you loved this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think, if you liked or if you didn't like them. Please subscribe, comment down below, do whatever you want to do, and goodbye.